Our Father, well, may our Father, Messiah, and Holy Spirit with us. Amen. Another beautiful, blessed day. Genesis 19, and the two messengers came to Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting in the gate of Sodom. And when Lot saw them, he rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. And he said, Look, please, my masters, please turn into your servant's house and spend the night and wash your feet and rise early and go your way. And they said, No, but let us spend the night in the open square. But he urged them strongly, and they turned into him and came into his house. And he made them a feast, and baked unleavened bread, and they ate. Before they lay down, the men of the city, the men of Sodom, both old and young, all the people from every part, surrounded the house. And they called to Lot and said to him, Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us, and let us know them. So Lot went out to them through the doorway and shut the door behind him and said, Please, my brothers, do not do evil. Look, please, I have two daughters who have not known a man. Please let me bring them out to you and do to them as you hope. Only do no deed to these men, because they have come under the shadow of my roof. But they said, Stand back. And they said, This one came into sojourn, and should he always judge? Now we are going to treat you worse than them. So they pressed hard against the man Lot and came near to break down the door. But the men reached out their hands and pulled Lot into the house with them and shut the door. Then they struck the men who were at the doorway of the house with blindness, both small and great, and they wearied themselves to find the door. And the men said to Lot, Have you anyone else here, a son-in-law, and your sons and your daughters, and whomever you have in this city? Bring them out of this place, for we are going to destroy this place, because the cry against them has grown great before the face of our Father in heaven. And our Father in heaven has sent us to destroy it. And Lot went out and spoke to his sons-in-law who had married his daughters and said, Get up, get out of this place, for our Father in heaven is going to destroy this city. But to his sons-in-law he seemed to be as one joking. And when morning dawned, the messengers urged Lot to hurry, saying, Get up, take your wife and your two daughters who are here, lest you be consumed in the punishment of the city. And while he loitered, the men took hold of his hand and his wife's hand and the hand of his two daughters, our Father in heaven having compassion on him. And they brought him out and set him outside the city. And it came to be, when they had brought them outside, that he said, Escape for your life. Do not look behind you, nor stay anywhere in the plain. Escape to the mountains, lest you be consumed. And Lot said to them, Oh, no, our Father in heaven. Look, please, your servant has found favor in your eyes, and you have increased your loving commitment, which you have shown me by saving my life. But I am unable to escape to the mountains, lest calamity overtake me and I die. Look, please, this city is near enough to flee to, and it is small. Please let me escape there. Is it not a small matter, and let my life be saved? And he said to him, Look, I have favored you concerning this matter also. Without overthrowing the city for which you have spoken, hurry, escape there, for I am not able to do any deed until you arrive there. So the name of the city was called Tosoar. The sun had risen upon the earth when Lot entered Tosoar, and our Father in heaven rained sulfur and fire on Sodom and Gomorrah from our Father in heaven out of the heavens. So he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities. And all the inhabitants of the cities and what grew on the ground, but his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a post of salt. And Abraham arose early in the morning and went to the place where he had stood before our Father in heaven. And he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah and toward all the land of the plain. And he looked and saw the smoke of the land, which went up like the smoke of a furnace. Thus it came to be, when Elohim destroyed the cities of the plain, that Elohim remembered Abraham and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow, when he overthrew the cities in which Lot had dwelt. And Lot went up to Tosoar and dwelt in the mountains, and his two daughters were with him. For he was afraid to dwell in Tosoar, and he and his two daughters dwelt in a cave. And the firstborn said to the younger, Our father is old, and there is no man on the earth to come into us, as is the way of all the earth. Come, let us make our father drink wine and lie with him, so that we preserve the seed of our father. So they made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn went in and lay with her father. And he was not aware of it when she lay down or when she arose. And it came to be on the next day that the firstborn said to the younger, See, I lay with my father last night. Let us make him drink wine tonight as well, and you go in and lie with him, so that we keep the seed of our father. So they made their father drink wine that night as well. And the younger arose and lay with them, and he was not aware of it when she lay down or when she arose. Thus both the daughters of Lot became pregnant by their father. And the firstborn bore a son and called his name Moab. He is the father of the Moabites to this day. And the younger, she also bore a son and called his name Ben-Ami. He is the father of the children of Ammon to this day. And Abraham, this is Genesis 20, and Abraham set out from there to the land of the south, and sojourned between Kadesh and Shur, and stayed in Gerar. And Abraham said concerning Sarah his wife, she is my sister. And Abimelech, servant of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. But Elohim came to Abimelech in a dream by night, and said to him, see, you are a dead man, because of the woman whom you have taken, for she is a man's wife. However, Abimelech had not come near her, and he said, our father, would you kill a righteous nation also? Did he not say to me, she is my sister? And she herself said, he is my brother. In the integrity of my heart and in the innocence of my hands, I have done this. And Elohim said to him in a dream, yes, I know that you did this in the integrity of your heart. And so I kept you from sinning against me. For this reason, I did not let you touch her. And now return the man's wife, for he is a prophet, and let him pray for you when you live. But if you do not return her, know that you shall certainly die, you and all that are yours. So Abimelech rose early in the morning and called all his servants and spoke all these words in their hearing, and the men were greatly afraid. And Abimelech called Abraham and said to him, what have you done to us, and what have I sinned against you, that you have brought on me and on my reign a great sin? You have done matters to me that should not be done. And Abimelech said to Abraham, what did you have in view that you have done this matter? And Abraham said, only because I said to myself, the fear of Elohim is not in this place, and they shall kill me for the sake of my wife. And yet she is truly my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother, and she became my wife. That's funny. And it came to be, when Elohim caused me to wander from my father's house, that I said to her, this is your loving commitment that you should do for me in every place. Wherever we go, say of me, he is my brother. Then Abimelech took sheep and cattle and male and female servants and gave them to Abraham, and he returned Sarah his wife to him. And Abimelech said, see, my land is before you, dwell wherever it is good in your eyes. And to Sarah he said, see, I have given your brother 1,000 pieces of silver. See, it is to you a covering of eyes before all who are with you and before all others, and you are cleared before everyone. And Abraham prayed to Elohim, and Elohim healed Abimelech and his wife and his female servants, so they bore children. For our father Nevan had closed up all the wombs of the house of Abimelech because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. May our Father, Messiah, Spirit with us. Ball out for the team. You already know what it is.